Greetings all over the world. Today we have got one of the greatest filmmaker. He has got a lot of things, this man, which is doing in regard to the film industry. He's a filmmaker, he's an award-winning director, he's an actor. So just allow me to introduce my guest today. He's called Amit. Agarwal. I'm sure I've tried to call his name very well. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Namaste from India.
Yes. How is India, my boss?
India is very fine fighting COVID, and we are all facing a global pandemic. So I think we have to be strong. But thank you. Thank you for inviting me to your show.
Yes, and you see what happened today. It was so amazing. I was checking on your profile, what pegged with a lot of activities. I'm sure we are going to touch on all those things, all those aspects today. But just for the benefit of our viewers and everyone who is and your followers, those who are following us right now, can you tell us who is Amit?
Oh, I didn't get you the last part. What do you want to hear?
Okay, in brief, in short, I'm just trying to say, can you introduce yourself to the people who are watching us right now, for them to know who are you, as
Okay,
we are going to unpack today's guest.
fine. So, hello, friends. My name is Amit Agarwal, and I'm a filmmaker. I have my journey in entertainment industry started 15 years back, and I started off as a writer. I started off as a journalist. I used to interview stars, all the top stars like Amitabh Bachchan, Aishwarya Rai, Sonali Bendre, Shushmita Sen, Sir Ben Kingsley. I interviewed them all. And then one fine day, I was told that why don't you start writing scripts? You write well. So I started writing for Sony Television. I did about 30 episodes for them for TV18. And that's how my journey in entertainment industry started.
That's
Stewie.
great. I'm understanding you very well. You started some years back, and you talked of 15 years in this industry. Your name there, I'm seeing there is a 69 opposite attract. And when I was trying to check your information on the internet, I saw that title appearing most. What is it all about? The 69 opposites attract.
Okay, 69 Opposites Attract is the latest brand that I have created. It's a web series. It's the longest running web series in the world. It runs from 2018 to 2100. So probably I'll be in this world maybe till 2060 to 2070, another 40, 50 years. But the web series will outlive me. That's the beauty of the cinema, that even when creators are gone, they're remembered by their work. So 69 Opposites Attract celebrates bad art. I feel what I have seen at different film festivals like Cannes, Berlin, Toronto, Locarno, all the top 10 film festivals, that there's so many people who are trying to create films, who are trying to act, and who cannot act or make films because of financial constraints. Like there's so many people who are doing something, some other work, because they don't have the means to support themselves in acting, singing, directing, making films. So 69 Opposites Attract is a platform for all of them, to all of them worldwide, all the creative people over there, that how you can make content even if you don't have big budgets with you. and I'm trying to give everybody a platform, and it's a case study. Now we have been invited to 15 different events at business schools and film schools. So it's a case study of how to create a brand within your limited resources, and it celebrates bad art. Now, what is bad art? Everybody says that our film is good, our film is good, but there is a certain art that's called bad art. So it without having any inhibitions, it celebrates bad art, and the best example is The Room. It's supposed to be the worst film in the world, and James Franco took up that film and made a biopic on that. It's called The Disaster Artist, and it won Golden Globe Awards for James Franco and the as an actor and the film. So I'm right now developing 69 Opposites Attract into a biopic, and I would want one of the biggest film actors in India, Ranbir Kapoor, to play my part. I play Hani Kapoor in 69 Opposites Attract. So I would want Ranbir Kapoor to play that part. So let's see. It's still happening.
Okay, if I was hearing you very well, you were explaining, I'm sure, the impact which was brought about when you made that film. I'm going to like list some of your activities, some of your awards. I'm just going to list them, and I want you to ask a question amongst after listing. I mean, the awards. I understand you're an award-winning filmmaker.
Now, can I interrupt you in between? Can I
Okay.
interrupt you in between? We are having some live comments over here. So how do I reply them? I can't see any window where I can reply to the right live comments.
The
Like
comments.
I want to introduce my one of the lead actresses, Lela. She's following us over here, and she
Okay.
said, "Great to see you, Amit. So proud of you, and it's a great pleasure being part of the project." So, how can we reply to this? Can we reply?
Um,
Okay. Anyways,
you will attend, you will respond to them. Usually, responding to them must be maybe your words, not typing. You just respond to them. I will give you the time to respond to them so that the flow of
okay.
the
Maybe I
flow of
can
the image.
respond to her later. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. So, anyways, you were asking me something. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no, 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 it's okay. I will give you time as the comments will be coming. I'll give you time to attend to them. I will give you time. So I understand. I mean, the list of your awards, is just very long. You're an award-winning filmmaker. You were also a winner of Lord-Baden Power National Award. You represented your country, India, on international platforms as a producer. We have got a lot which you yourself you did. My question is how. I mean, what is the feeling yourself achieving such I mean so many things which you have done for your country, for yourself. How does I mean how do you feel?
I feel great because I feel cinema is the best way you can promote your country. And I'll just tell you a very interesting anecdote that happened with me in Kyrgyzstan in October, as I was invited to a country called Kyrgyzstan to shoot the first Indo-Kyrgyz feature film. And there was this very big stage with about 2,000 audiences over there, and I was introduced over there. And once the event ended and I was backstage, there were some old ladies that walked up to me. They couldn't walk, and their daughters or probably their daughter-in-laws were helping them to walk up to me, and they started singing a very famous song, very popular worldwide, "Awara Hoon." It's by Raj Kapoor, and just because my character's name was Honey Kapoor, so somehow they equated Raj Kapoor with Honey Kapoor, and it was so overwhelming because this is the real award. the audiences love. And this is what I think everybody craves for worldwide. There's so many actors, so many directors, and when I ask them what is the best, what is the most uh, what is the most fulfilling thing that's for you, they say it's the audience's love that we get, which is most fulfilling. So awards are there, right? But audience's love is what keeps us going. Stewie.
Yes, I'm there. I'm there, and I'm great. You see now, I'm going to be biased a little bit, trying to entice you to maybe also join forces with my country's actors. We have got talent in my country. We have got a rich. I mean, we are rich when it comes to also, actors and producers. Some of them you talked of. Issue of people being talented but they don't have the resources. I'm sure that is something which is also maybe making the talents across the world, some of them we are failing to know them due to challenges which might be surrounding them. I want to ask you something which might be linked to the way you introduced yourself, your journey in the film industry. uh, were there some challenges which you faced up until where you are today? Any challenges?
Many challenges, not any challenges, many challenges. As I told you, um, I think James Cameron said a very interesting thing. James Cameron is the director who made world's Avatar, who made Titanic. So he said that filmmaking is the costliest hobby a person can have. So basically, to make any film, you require a lot of funds, you require a lot of money, and other than that, you require a solid network. So these are the challenges any filmmaker or actor faces. And talking about your country, I was invited by Nigeria Film Commission, and they showed me around Nigerian film industry, and I was surprised to know that Nollywood, as Nigerian film industry is known as, is the second biggest film industry in the world. It's bigger than Hollywood, and people are crazy about films over there. So he said, "Can we do something with the Nigerian filmmakers?" And I said, "Yes, I can call them to India and make a Bollywood kind of a film, a Bollywood style kind of film." So in India, I have tie-ups with various film schools, right from the biggest to the smallest. I've got tie-ups with film schools and business schools. So the government was aiding Nigerian filmmakers under a program called ACT. So we got around 30 filmmakers, established filmmakers from Nigeria, actors from Nigeria, and they came over here. They were here for 1 month, and I connected their program in such a way, such a manner that they were taught for 1 week, and for 3 weeks we were shooting a Bollywood style film over here in India. So I even got some actors, some Indian actors attached to the project. I don't know whether you know, one of the biggest stars in Nigeria is Ali Nuhu. So Ali Nuhu was here, and I helped him cast a lead heroine opposite himself. And the storyline went that Nigerian filmmakers have come to India, and they are shooting a love story, a famous Bollywood love story kind of thing over here with an Indian girl, and it's a huge hit in Nigeria. People are very happy. Now Ali wants to make another film, and he's in talks with me to make another film. So let's see how it goes.
That's great.
So
Great.
the same can be done with your country also. Like actors can come in, they can. Let's see. Yeah.
Great. I'm sorry if I interjected you, but I was following all you are saying. I understand when it comes to film festivals, you have got a role yourself which you are involved into when it comes to India and film festivals. Can you try maybe to shed more lights there? How you host, I mean, how you handle your film festivals and your role which you are involved when it comes to film industry festivals in India.
I'm sorry I missed a bit of your question, but I'll rephrase it. You want to ask me how I can help with my film festival in India, filmmakers worldwide? Is that what you're asking me?
I mean the role you play when it comes to film festivals. Are you
Okay,
involved in film festivals in India?
okay. Yes. So I play a multiple array of roles in film industry. I told you I started off as a writer. Then I started directing films. Then I started acting in films because one of the co-producers of my film, she said that Amit, you should act. You are acting better than the actor. So I started acting in films. Then I started producing films. Then I started selling films. Then I started marketing films, and ultimately now I attend film festivals also as a filmmaker, and I have got 3 film festivals where I'm associated as a founder and as a curator. So I feel film festivals are the best way filmmakers can network. They can take their films over there. That's how people start looking at your films. So that's how you can do that. I still remember when I was during my first film, I still didn't knew uh, how was it. So I just took it to a New York Film Festival, and we had a screening. And there was this filmmaker from Philippines, and I'm forgetting his name. And he had a look at the film, and he was like, "Your style resembles Woody Allen's style a lot." And I was like, really? And he was like, right, your style resembles Woody Allen's style a lot. And over a period of time, I found, yes, that my style resembles Woody's style a lot. There is a lot of, there is a lot of, uh, how do you say, instead of talky portion, there is a lot of narrative portion. Narrator is narrating the script. So that's how. So finally, I found my grooving. I said, okay, this is my style, and let me stick to it. And over a period of time, that style got won me many awards. At the same time, I have to be very clear that my style doesn't match Woody Allen's style. I don't want to be stamped that okay, Amit's style is a copy of Woody Allen's style. So I had to make it very distinct. And the best part was during one of the Cannes Film Festivals, uh, uh, during the party of late Bernardo Bertolucci, Woody and I bumped into each other, and I just told him that, sir, I want to show you my film. And Woody actually saw 1 minute of the teaser, and he was like, yeah, your style resembles mine a lot. So I was like, thank you. So it was wonderful talking to him. Yeah. So film festivals connect you to the right people. That is, you, of course, if you go to Cannes, Berlin, or Toronto, there are thousands of people out there. But then you have to find the right people to connect.
And then this then makes me make a question. I just want to ask you something. When it comes to lay people, I mean those people who doesn't know much, we don't know much when it comes to film industry. There is this issue. There's a screenwriter. Yourself, you're a screenwriter. You're also a producer, and you're also a director. Are there differences? These 3 things: a producer, a film producer, a film director, and maybe a screenwriter. I mean, are there differences on these on these roles?
Of course, these roles are distinctly different from each other. Of course, you can multitask also, like I'm doing. So, a screenwriter's role primarily is to write the script, that how will a film move forward. A film producer's role is to felicitate everything, right from if there is a pay involved, right from paying the screenwriter, director, actors for the sets. That is the work of producer, and the director's role is to get everything on a screen in the best possible manner. Like a director directs an actor that how one should speak the dialogue. Like right now, saying, like right now, I'm 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 saying. So there are these four. I just did four different ways of saying, like right now, what I'm saying. So this is director's call, how he wants the actor to speak lines, where the director wants to cut. Of course, there are a lot of elements involved. Once we start making a commercial film, we have got we hear so many stories of producers and directors having a fallout, or a director or an actor having a fallout during the making of a film. So yes, these are the three different uh, roles people play.
So uh, that part, I'm sure I understood very well. Just to summarize, you say maybe the director has got more to do with the screening, maybe of the film or of the movie, and the producer does the arrangements or something like that. I want to ask you one of the objective of this interview. One of the objective of this interview is, I'm sure, the motivational side for you to be where you are today, for you to be that high, a filmmaker, an award winning. What can be your motivational advice to the future filmmakers, future film producers, future film directors? Your motivational advice.
Okay, again, I'll quote James Cameron. He said, just make the film. Just make the film. He said, pick up a camera, shoot something, uh, get your servant, brother, actor to act in it, and put your name as a director on the film. And everything after that is negotiating your budget and your fee. And I didn't understand when I first read this quote, but then I had this good honor of meeting Oscar-winning actor Sir Ben Kingsley, and while we were chatting, he asked me, "Are you a filmmaker and an actor?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "What gets you to Cannes Film Festival?" So I was like, "I'm looking at funds for my movie." And he was like, "Oh, we are in the same boat." Imagine an Academy Award winning actor telling me we are in the same boat. And he said, "I'm also looking for funds for my movie." And the film was looking funds for was called Taj Mahal. He wanted to cast Aishwarya Rai in that, and he was looking for $25 million for that movie. I was just looking for $250,000. So that's the difference. So basically, I feel each and every filmmaker is in the same boat, is in the same key. 90% of the filmmakers think that what do we make? Only 10% of the filmmakers and actors actually execute. The execution rate in film industry is just 9 to 10%, and that's the difference between the successful people and unsuccessful people. Like I have got so many friends, they are into different businesses, and they want to get into film industry, and some have spoken to me 5 years back, some have spoken to me 10 years back, some have spoken to me 1 year back, and they are still struggling to make their first film because the execution is not there. So you have to execute. Like when I started making 69 Opposites Attract, a lot of my friends told me, "Why are you doing that? You don't need to do that." But I knew why I'm doing that. I wanted something that keeps me every day into rolling. Every day there's a new video of 69 Opposites Attract that's out. And it has given me so much of networking worldwide that today I have got investors willing to invest in some films. So of course it will take some time, because when investors are involved, you have to see their interests also. So, but yes, it has given me solid networking. So yeah. So so I would suggest all aspiring filmmakers that just do it. Just make your film. Don't think that okay, how will it will look, whether it will look bad or good, because even the best films in the world have got their own critics. Like there's so many people who say Avatar, oh, we didn't like it, but it's one of my favorite movies, and it's actually struck a chord with everybody because it's such a massive hit. Like I remember. Was it Francis Ford Coppola who said that Avengers is not cinema for me, but then Avengers is one of the biggest hits in the history of MCU.
That's great. Great. I managed to pick, I'm sure, one or two tips from your explanation. You talked of execution as key. Execution, you said, is key, and somehow that execution, if it's done very well, you then said it can connect you to the world. There is something which is so wonderful when one searches your name on internet. I'm sure you've got three films on your biography, and there is, I'm sure, I don't know, is it one or two of them whereby you managed to then win an award? Which one on those three which made you to then manage to win an award? And what was the feeling after winning?
Well, all the three films won an award, and as I told you, that winning awards is also always so rewarding, because what happens is award is given for the story matter, the artistic significance, and the commitment of the entire cast and crew towards a film. So when you get an award, it's always so satisfying, because it's not only they are not the film festival guys are not only appreciating your work, they are appreciating the work of the entire cast and crew. So it's always so satisfying to win awards. And the latest award I won was Lord-Baden Powell Award, national award. It's a national award. And Lord-Baden Powell, I have a huge respect for him, because what he did for the world is amazing. He was the one who started the Scouts and Girl Scouts. So he's amazing, and the Scouts worldwide have done so much of good work. It's simply amazing.
Uh,
Stewie.
there is one newspaper article uh, which described yourself on the work which you are doing, and this reporter he wrote, and I quote. I had to quote these few words. He said, "He strives to create path-breaking, unconventional content." He was just explaining, the good things which you do when it comes to the content creation and in your filmmaking, producing, and directing. So, when you read such type of comments with the work which you are doing, does it match? What we are producing and what you are being described by the media as someone who is producing, quality stuff.
What I feel was that every cinema has um, has got conventional content, and there has been since ever since the cinema evolved, there has been a strong debate whether cinema is art or business. What is it? So if we decipher it, cinema is essentially business because that's how Bollywood works, that's how Hollywood works. The studios that have the money, when you take a project to them, they assess whether the film can make money or not. Like, if I ask you, tell me the stars, biggest stars, you will take names of a few Hollywood stars, but probably you won't know names of stars that are in the artistic zone. When I ask, have you people, have you seen world cinema? They take the names of films like Avengers and uh, Gone with the Wind, Lawrence of Arabia, all big Hollywood studio films, but they don't know many of European cinema films. Like, I was at the Greek Pavilion at the Cannes Film Festival, and I was standing with one of the biggest directors over there, and I didn't knew he was a big one of the biggest Greek directors. Whereas if probably Francis Ford Coppola or James Cameron or Woody Allen or any other big Hollywood director would have walked in, I would have known that okay, he or she is the person to go to. So that's the difference uh, in this, that films essentially is a business. So um, we have to uh, when you go when you want to create cinema that is not commercially viable. So that's what I say is path breaking. So most of the films, if you see in Europe or worldwide, that are made other than Hollywood or Bollywood, they are funded from a number of platforms. They are funded from the government, and there are at least 100 to 200 producers involved in making one film. So when I started making films, I was very clear. Either I'll make a Bollywood mainstream film with an A-list superstar, or if I don't have a superstar, I would be making films with new actors and with the content I want. So, because the mid level actors, there is a big myth, and this happens a lot with the industry first timers who are investing in the money, who are investing money in their first films, that they go for mid level names, and once they have completed the film, they are stuck. Uh, their films don't find any buyers, and they are not, they cannot invest in the film industry any further because they have suffered a loss. So I always tell them that either make a film with the top actors, the top superstars, or make path breaking content for international cinema. So today, everybody is a filmmaker. Like, even a person having a mobile, he's a filmmaker. He or she is a filmmaker. And if you see the manual of Cannes Film Festival, even if you have shot a film with the mobile phone, and if the film has something substantial to say, you can enter the film at the Cannes Film Festival. So even the biggest film festival is entering your film if it's shot on a mobile phone. But then you have to think smart. You have to be a smart filmmaker if you want to move forward, if you want to make films continuously. You have to be a smart filmmaker. So I said, okay, what is the area where there is a gap for as an Indian filmmaker? So I saw the film festival circuit and the international market has a huge gap because the A-list producers are simply not bothered about the international market and international film festivals. They are happy making money from their conventional markets. And the new filmmakers, they don't have that vision, they don't have that knowledge that they can take their films to international markets and international festivals and create a goodwill for themselves. So that's what I started doing. I started creating stories that would shock Indians and taking my films to international festival market. And I still distinctly remember when I was talking about 69 Opposites Attract to a couple of people, uh, they were saying, but how will this work? How will this make money? And I said, you have to look at the longer scheme of things. We are not doing a web series for a year or a season. We are doing it for spread over a period of more than 50 years. So over a period of time, we will be making money. And but people were like, okay, we want instant money. I said, if you want instant money, give me a budget for a A-list film. Let's make a A-list film with a superstar, and we have instant money. So that's the gap we have, and that's how film festivals come and help for you.
I liked the part you said. One is you have to be a smart filmmaker. I
Thank you.
like that part so much. We are almost finishing. I'm sure in the next few minutes we'll be winding up. Um,
Perfect.
I saw one of the documentaries whereby you yourself you're being interviewed on BBC. Okay,
Right.
and I felt great seeing you there. That this is the man whom I will be having on the show. A first time to have such I mean, someone of high capacity internationally. I mean, having you, I mean, interviewing you all the way from India, and I'm here. I mean, how? I mean, yourself. What will be the feeling? I'm sure BBC might not be one of the biggest media houses which conducted some interviews yourself. You might just give us a short list of some of the big media houses where you were being recognized and you were interviewed, the work you are doing.
See, I was myself surprised when that the BBC journalist came over and said, I want to interview you. And I was like, are you sure you want to interview me? And she was like, yeah, I want to interview you. So I don't know what connected with her for her to interview me. But probably, if I remember it correctly, I was addressing a session on cinema and how to make cinema and what are the challenges that cinema faces. So she must have liked what I said. That's why she came to interview me. And if I recall your question correctly, you're asking me that what media houses have interviewed me. So in India, almost all the top media houses has have interviewed me, and all the top like NDTV, NDTV, Asta, ABP News, every all the top media houses have interviewed me. Thank you.
Okay. Any hopes? Sorry, this question is going to be a bit biased. I want that talent to be back home, and I want that talent to be benefited by my country, my country talent. Those who are in the film industry. There are some few questions which I'm going to make you attend to as we are finishing right now. Any hopes in regard to film festivals? Do you have some moments whereby you invite all the way from Africa and Zimbabwe attending, I mean, your film festivals?
See, my film festival is open to all the films, and we are taking films from all over the continent. My I have got in Africa. I have got a very good relationship with Nigeria, and as I told you, I have already curated 30 filmmakers from Nigeria and helped them make a Bollywood film, Bollywood Nollywood film. So I'm quite open to that. If you're talking about inviting, yes, we have had guests from overseas at our different film festivals, and the most prominent of them was among them was Dominic Swain. She's a very big star in Hollywood. She was the lead in Lolita with the uh, with one of the Academy Award winning actors over there, and Jeremy Irons. And she played the daughter of Arnold Schwarzenegger in True Lies. So she's quite a big star in Hollywood. So we have had stars from Hollywood. We have had Ali Nuhu from coming all the way from Nigeria to India. So yes, we invite all the people over there, and I would love to have people from your country in our country.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm happy. I'm happy. Say I'm the happiest man. Maybe not only my country, Zimbabwe, but I'm happy to hear that you also have your festivals includes Africa, and quite a number of African countries attend your festivals. Are
Yes.
you, as a last question, are you also involved into modeling?
Uh, yes, I do act and model, and my latest campaign was last year in Italy, and the director, she just walked up to me, and she said that can I shoot with you, and we did that. And the first modeling assignment, if I distinctly remember, was for a Swedish magazine called Otter. So the photojournalist was having coffee across my table, and I was dressed in a suit. And she said, "I would like to shoot you for my magazine, Otter." And I didn't knew that Otter was a very big magazine in Sweden. So that's how I got into that. But yeah, so in fact, I'm planning to put a beauty pageant uh, that not only caters to Indian girls and women, but also caters to women from all over the world. So let's, and why only women? Maybe gender neutral beauty pageant. So let's see how it goes. These are all parts of the entertainment vertical that I'm planning to put on.
So I'm sure you might attend to this this viewer. I'm sure he's in Africa. There, if it's not South Africa, it's Zimbabwe or Zambia. I'm sure he's into producing some film or something like that. And are there chances whereby maybe a filmmaker or a producer from another country? I'm biased with Africa, maybe South Africa, Zimbabwe. There, I'm a filmmaker. I've got some my movies. I mean, do you have that leverage whereby maybe you can also make my film or my movie to be broadcasted or screened in your country?
Of course, of course. Just send me your film if it's completed. If it's not completed, maybe we can talk about it, and definitely we can screen the films that you have made or your people have made in my country and other countries, because we have got some beautiful films coming from Africa. Yeah.
So does it include is it only for movies and films? Does it include maybe soap, those short dramas or something like that?
Of course, of course. See, today anything is sellable. Everything is sellable. You just have to find the right network. So we have got a huge awe for feature films, whereas I think even a 1 minute film, if it can say something, is good enough. It's like asking me, is a 2 hour interview good or is a 1 minute interview good? Anything is good. Anything is good as long as it says what it's supposed to say, as long as it drives the point of the filmmaker. So there are some beautiful, like I was surprised to know there are different countries, they have got 1 minute film festivals. Like the film has to be 1 minute long, not more than that, not even 1.01 minute film will do. It has to end in 1 minute. So it's amazing how filmmakers tell the entire story in 1 minute.
That's great and awesome. I've got a group which is breaking records in our country. I don't know, maybe one of them might be watching here, the producers or something like that. It's called College Central Films. I'm just speaking for them. I don't know, but it is one of the best chances to exchange. They've got one of the exciting soap which is trending right now in Zimbabwe. That is the reason why I had to ask you that on top of films and movies, do you also include soap? It's called Wadiwa Wepamoyo in Shona, but I'm sure they've got those subtitles whereby, I mean, when you are watching, there will be some English words appearing. It has been awesome and great, say, to have you. I'm sure somewhere, I consider myself lucky to have someone of your capacity on my show, on my channel. Your last parting words to, I mean, your followers, the viewers, those who are watching us right now. What are your parting words?
First of all, I want to thank all the viewers that have been watching us on the show live. And I just realized that we did the interview for 46 minutes and 25 seconds. I didn't even realize that we talked for 46 minutes, which is huge. Anyways, so I want to thank all the viewers that have watched us. I want to thank you, Stewie, for inviting me to your show and hosting me. And my parting words to all the viewers, and I'm assuming most of them are interested in films some way or the other, that there will be many problems that you will face to make a film, but you should just make it whatever way you want, show it to people, and don't feel that my film is bad or something, because at least you have made a bad film. There are so many others who are still struggling to make a bad film. So just make your film.
Oh, thank you, sir. It was one of the most exciting interviews so far since I started. It's very long. I'm sure in one way or the other, I would try to make it in 2 or 3 pieces. So I would say part one, part two, part three, to those people who might want to then hear more about you, because some of the viewers will then come later on. I'm sure you'll be you can allow us next time again, just as a feedback interview, maybe after the lockdown period. Uh, we might as well invite you to come back and maybe update us in some of the projects which you are doing, and thereby somehow some producers and filmmakers might be motivated, especially those who are still growing, the youth who aspire to be film producers, film directors, screenwriters, etc. It has been wonderful, say, having you on the show.
Thank you, and I want to thank Junior. I want to thank Narelle, and I want to thank you for inviting me to the show. And definitely, I'm just a call away. Whenever you need me, I'm there for you. And thank you, Narelle, for such a wonderful comment.
Thank you so much, say. I know we thank those two people whom you mentioned. They were very, very key to this interview. So we want to thank Junior. We also want to thank Narelle for this amazing and wonderful connection. Myself alone, I'm sure I might not have been having that link or connection to have such a great person of your capacity on my interview. So I just want to thank these amazing two souls, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors. And God willing, we are going to call you again, maybe before the year end.
Thank you. Thank you so much.